Cost of living keeps going up, and
beautiful planet, and you're enslaved to work under.
The cost of living is too expensive. How are you surviving in this economy?
That if you want a place to live, you need to win a weekly auction.
From now on, it's cost of winning.
Are we the best or not?
Americans are cutting back, working long hours, doing everything they can to make ends meet. But for millions of people, it feels like the cost of living is winning the fight every day. And if you are one of those, you winning the cost of living, let me know how you doing it, or people want to know how you surviving in this cost of living crisis. Let's check out this video.
I'm so over being an adult. Like, I'm actually so over being an adult. Every day it's a different bill, bruv. It's a different bill. And it's like...
the cost of living keeps going up, and people are working, but working only gets you so far. And if you're working just to survive, life becomes work and nothing else. It becomes a game of survival, and suddenly you don't have anything to live for. And when people are backed into a corner and life loses meaning, these are the things that can happen because it feels like it's the only option that's left. And they simply stop caring. But this is how things like the American Revolution started. And actions like this are right on par with that. And if things continue in the direction they're going, we could see more and more of this. And I'm not saying that this is right or what this man did was okay. But it's important to pay attention to the signs because people are waking up to the fact that we've been played.
America would be great again if the cost of living was lowered, food prices lowered, gas prices lowered, everything be lowered.
Next year, I don't want to hear no one say cost of living crisis again. From now on, it's cost of winning crisis.
So how are you guys holding up? Because I'm fighting for my life out here. Like, what is the point of all this shit? You gotta work, you pay your bills, you come home, and then what? You die? You do that for like the next 60 years and then you croak?
The cost of living is the highest it's ever been, and people still have the nerve to say that we're just not budgeting enough. Oh, if you cut back on luxuries like electricity and going to visit your family, then you should be good. Jobs are purposely not hiring people so that they can hoard money, and people are still like, oh, you're just not applying to 100 jobs a day. That's the real problem. People so badly want this to be an individual failure so that they don't have to admit that this is a societal failure. Our society is setting us up to struggle and be poor so that the rich can get richer.
I don't know if this was Trump's intention or not, but it's my intention. It's what seems to make the most sense to me. I don't know if he thought this far ahead. I don't know if he thought that China was going to be out here sanctioning bootleg American products, goods, and services. But this is where we are. So now it's time for American corporations to prove that they are the best. And if you're not the best, then we're not the best. Are we the best or not? But this is a great opportunity for the cost of living to come down. Y'all are the ones who are supporting this high cost of living now by your excessive consumerism. Stop spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on these goods that are made in China for a couple bucks just to prove to people who don't give a damn about you that you matter. You still don't matter to them. It doesn't matter what kind of bag you're carrying. It doesn't matter what corpse's hair you wearing on your head. It doesn't matter what the tag is on your jacket. None of that matters. People who don't respect you still won't respect you no matter how much you spend on your clothes, okay?
Okay, I got a serious question for all my girlies who are making less than 10K a month. How are you surviving in this economy? Like, I know you're getting your nails done. I know you're getting your hair done. I know you're getting your toes done. I know you're buying makeup. I know you're buying skin product. How are you guys surviving? Because I feel like I got to keep making more money. Like, I hit 15K months. I'm like, that ain't enough. Then I hit 20K months. I'm like, that ain't enough. Like, what? And also, if you're a baddie and you're a girl, you should be in sales already if you're not making 10K a month. Because there is no reason you shouldn't be in sales, because I can guarantee you, you will be making 10K a month. Because people like talking to women. Women are better at understanding people. Women are better at connecting with people, which is what sales is. So, like, we should all be making 10K minimum. Probably more, because I know being a girl is expensive. Like, huh? It doesn't make sense. The math isn't mathing.
What if I told you that if you didn't finish eating all of your food by the end of the day, I'm throwing it out? What if I told you that if you want a place to live, you need to win a weekly auction where the rules change every month depending on how many desperate people there are, even though I have thousands of empty rooms? What if I told you that in order to keep your lights on, you need to pay me a monthly subscription, even though the power is working just fine? What if I told you that I had thousands of medications and medical resources readily available, but if you couldn't afford to buy one, you either had to convince me why I should give it to you, or you just die? If I personally restricted your access to food, shelter, energy, medical treatment, you would call me a tyrant. But when our system does that to us, we just call that the economy. This is how capitalism works. It creates artificial scarcity. It creates a world where we take necessities from the masses to give luxuries to the classes. There's always enough resources, but there's never enough distribution. There's never enough access.
I can't believe this the world we live in. Like, our parents had a great economy. Like, economy was booming. Stuff was cheap. Like, cost of living wasn't as high. And now here we are being adults. And we making more than what our parents was even making at their ages, at our ages, and it's still not enough. Like, it's child, this world. I can't believe this is the world that we live in. This is America.
What are we doing? Look around you. What is this? You wake up every day, a human existing on this beautiful planet, and you're enslaved to work under fluorescent lights in an office, doing something that you're probably not passionate about, really skilled at, except for being forced in that direction, only to cover like basic minimums to keep a roof over your head. Like, they really have got us. We are slaves. We are modern slaves to capitalistic greed, while the elite class gets to enjoy the fruits of all the working class labor. Do away with the middle class, they said. Tax them to cover the poor people, while the wealthy people pay no taxes and just sit back and enjoy profiting off the labors of everyday society. Like, why? Like, why are we doing this? They're destroying the planet, the beautiful planet that we live in, that we share, that gives us fruit for free off of trees, that gives us seeds that haven't been GMO'd, altered, so that there's a patent on the strain and we can't grow it in our backyard. Like, they have taken over and enslaved the entire world, and enough is enough. It's just time to wake up and fight back against these corrupt institutions. The insurance company I just got off the phone with, its underwriting practices are such a violation against common decency. And I'm sure the ADA, as well as consumer rights, like just the practice of using like certain aspects to rank how much you're going to charge someone for insurance. Like, I can't. Like, they don't. It's too much. The entire practice is corrupt. Like, are we really going to just continue in this way, in this world? Like, just every day accepting these corporations who have decided to control our lives, run by these minimal groups of people who have all of the wealth? I don't think so. Yeah, no. I think most of us are like, yeah, I'd rather not be here.
You notice what's happening across Western Europe and the United States right now? The cost of living continues to rise. Taxes keep going up, but they're not doing anybody any good except for the politicians lining their pockets. For example, Portland residents could see a $1,500 increase in expenses. People disguised as migrants and refugees continue to commit atrocious crimes against men, women, and children in Europe and the United States. In fact, Britain's prime minister just quit on Thursday, saying that Britain is no longer safe. Meanwhile, people are starting to take to the streets since the governments won't help them or stand up for them. All the while, some of these criminals just get a slap on the wrist and released right back out into the public until they commit another crime. It makes you wonder, why is this happening and who's allowing it to happen? As they always say, follow the money, right? Just like the Epstein files and the UFO files. Is there a conspiracy to change Western civilization as we know? Remember, the truth is out there, and I'm going to find it for you. It's been Tea Time with Tej. Hey, yeah.
There is a very easy way for the Labour government to come back in the polls and actually win the next election with a thumping majority. And I can guarantee you that they will not do it. It's really simple, actually. Meet working people's material needs. The cost of living is too expensive. Housing, electricity, groceries, getting your kids to school. So just fix it. You know just how Western governments after World War II fixed it? When after World War II, Western governments looked around and were like, why are our people living in depravity? This is absurd. We shouldn't be letting this happen. That's when we ended up with things like the National Health Service in the UK or the New Deal in the US. In Australia, we built a whole heap of sewage systems. Don't really know the story there. So what can Albo do? Immediately start building public housing at scale. Provide an affordable home for every single person who cannot yet afford one. Pay for it by taxing fucking Qantas. Big businesses like them pay next to nothing. Create an Australian renewable energy company that provides subsidised energy to every single person who wants it. And it's publicly owned, so there will never ever be shareholders whose interests we have to keep in mind. The only interests we have to worry about are tax-paying people like us. Make preschool universal and free immediately. Buy out all of the private preschool providers. Give them a little compensation package and send them on their fucking way. Because what do you mean you make money off of parents who need to work? And think of all the jobs that would be created through these nation-building priorities. Those are good public service jobs for average Australians. And it is because that entire cabinet came up through the ALP under neoliberalism. All they know is caution, weasel words, policy wank, and hedging. Because bravery, ambition, those are dirty words in Albanese's government. Just take a look at what happened to Fatima Payman when she was brave. When she tried to raise things in caucus. They're so obsessed with their little process and doing everything the right way and making sure that the people who've been guaranteed a seat for the last 20 years get to have that guaranteed seat. But there's no desire to win. Moves like coming after negative gearing and capital gains tax concessions go a long way. They are just the beginning.
We are worth a lot more than $1, because that's all Amazon has decided that we're worth this year. Last December, we got something around $1.50 because Amazon thought that was enough to shut us up. And this year, I guess we're worth a lot less than that. Because all I heard, that every Amazon driver across the country is only getting about $1, which I find interesting that we're all getting a raise around the same time, considering that we're not Amazon drivers and we're all our independent employees of our independent DSPs. We're only getting $1. That's less than 5% of what we have been making before that. And instead of Amazon paying us our fair share, they give us as little as they think they can get away with to make us. UPS drivers make more than twice what we make, even considering this raise that we're getting. Amazon is making billions of dollars off of our hard work. You know what the difference is? They're organized and we're not, yet. You have the power to organize your workplace alongside all of your coworkers to join up and fight for what you think is right and for what you deserve. This raise only emboldens me and my coworkers to fight harder. You need to get involved. It can't be done without you. If you feel like I do, we need you in this fight. Click sign up below to join the Amazon Teamsters.
Man, before you think about moving from down south to wherever you going, I advise you go look at the cost of living, wherever it's at. Like, bro, people will think, man, I can go, to this other place and make $20 an hour, and shit, I'll be good, you feel me? But man, $20 an hour down south and then you going somewhere like up north or wherever you going, man, that's two different $20 an hour. Hey, bro, you can actually live in Mississippi with $20 an hour. You might need to make a little bit more, but you can still live. Or man, go somewhere else. You ain't gonna be able to do shit with that 20. I'm telling you. Like, bro, you gonna at least need to be looking for $30 an hour. At least if you moving, from down here to up somewhere else. Bro, the only way you gonna make it off the pay rates they pay around here somewhere else is if you stand in the hood, wherever you going. Like, we went to Fort Worth, Texas, man. We were paying $900 rent. And there was a video I was talking about the shootouts, a nigga tried to steal a car, man. It was just too much going on, bro. But yeah, man, before you move, man, look at the cost of living.
Just move somewhere cheaper. Okay, but at what cost? Because if the only way to afford life is to leave everything that makes it feel like your life, is that actually a solution? Because like right now, I can walk down to the beach, clear my head, feel like myself again, and that actually matters so much more than people think. So it's not always as simple as just move.
Did you know that in 2021, 15% more people moved out of Colorado than moved into Colorado? Why is that, you ask? Well, here's 3 reasons why people are moving out of Colorado. Number 1, the cost of living. Colorado's cost of living is 17% higher than the national average. Number 2 is the low inventory of homes and the price of homes in Colorado. Number 3, and don't shoot the messenger, is that Colorado is no longer a red state. Colorado is now a blue state. Don't shoot the messenger.
Nothing really compared to that confusion you get when you're working a job with people, y'all doing the same job, making around the same money, but here they come with brand new cars, just got a new house, keep having babies, and you trying to figure out where your next meal coming from. Like, yeah, I had to go put a down payment and buy a 2008 Ford Fusion. And you coming here with a brand new Beamer? That don't, wait a second. Wait a second. You having another baby? How many you got? 4. I can barely take care of myself on this money, bro. We making little money. Little money, and your wife don't work. So how are you taking care of a family of 5 with $40,000? I know I ain't making shit. I know you ain't making shit. Man, all hands to make that money scratch, can't it? Damn. They gotta be making plays. They gotta be making plays.
I was just sitting here thinking about like the cost of living and how everything keeps going up. Everything. Like it's always something. People paychecks are not going up. They're staying the same. And then some people right now are working and not even getting a paycheck. And it's just so crazy how you go to work 40 hours a week, some people working overtime, only to turn around and take that money and put it back into your rent or your mortgage or, you know, just your everyday basic necessities to make it. And by the time you take what you made, you might not even have enough because things keep going up. Like, that is crazy to me. Like, so I'm just working just to pay bills and basically that's it. And then if you want to take a vacation, you got to like save forever. And then if you get a side hustle, that's more time away from home. You're making the money, but like you away from home, away from your kids. So I don't know. Like when I think about it, I'm just like, we really screwed out here. I'm not saying everybody, but for the most part, like, don't get me wrong. Like, people should be thankful for what they do have, but I don't know.
Can we talk about how fast the cost of living in Michigan has changed? Because I swear it happened overnight. Like in 2018, you could walk into Meijer, Kroger, any of those grocery stores with $100 and you could leave with quite a bit of groceries. Now I have barely anything in my cart. I get to the register, it's $187. 2018 gas, around $2 a gallon, maybe a little more. Now we're pushing $5. And don't even get me started on rent for apartments. It used to be like $900, now it's $17. And the carpet in them is still from 2004. Car insurance, insane. Fast food, crazy high. But wages have moved like 37 cents. I think this is the craziest part about it all. People aren't buying luxury anything. All out here struggling over basic necessities. Why does existing in Michigan feel like a rich people activity?
I listen to the arguments all the time, men versus women. Women versus men, the financial struggles, the expectations of what a man is supposed to do, the expectations of what a woman is supposed to do. But do people ever sit back and say, why is it so goddamn expensive to live? Why does it cost to drink water? Why do you have to spend money in the restaurant just to use their restroom? Why does everything cost and people only respect economics? People don't love each other for who they are and the greatness of people anymore. People only look at what you can do for them. Today's society and the cost of living due to inflation, it has inflated people to overly value people who only earn. This is why I always say that most women are in line for the same 10% of men. And most women who think they'll get the 10% of men will most likely end up being either A, side chicks, or delusionally never getting into a relationship because there are not enough rich men to accommodate a lot of women who don't have anything but have high expectations. This is the realities of the world. You're fighting the wrong fight. Ask yourself, why does a sandwich cost so much? Why does a water bottle cost so much? If you don't earn in today's society, you don't even survive. So the reality is, you're not mad at a man and you're not mad at a woman. You're really mad at the cost of living and the lack of knowledge that the wealthy have taught the poor, ultimately keeping them poor. Therefore, they're only feeling what has been our grandparents done felt and what the last generation after them, the generation after them felt. It's going to be a continuous problem until financial literacy become prominent and taught. A lot of people don't understand. A lady and a man getting together should help you offset the financial burdens of being in an expensive economy. Two people coming together should unite their resources so they can build, not someone looking to live over somebody or having expectations that they haven't even met themselves. Again, if you don't wake up and see it's the cost of living that's creating a lot of mental health issues, then maybe you're blind or you're living under a rock. Don't that go over your head?